Good morning. It's me, Miss Burke, and it's a very magical time of year. So I wanted to share with you a little bit of magic that I like to call Smartboard Magic. I'm going to make my smart. And I'm going to do a little bit of editing to it. So I'm going to spruce it up a bit here by changing my font. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, that's kind of boring. That's pretty. I want to give it a little shadow effect, so I'm going to duplicate, clone it, change my colors, send it to the back. I have a fun little shadow. It took about 20 seconds, but I think it'll look nice. So let's pretend I found something on Google that I really love. I just did a Google search for probability questions for 7th grade, and I found this one, and I really like it. But there's a little bit at the back that I want to change. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this picture, put it into my Smart. But in addition to writing it as a fraction, I want them to also write it as a percentage. So I'm going to do a little bit of editing here. Now the first thing I want to try is to make this look like less of a snipped question and more of something that I inserted in on my own. Not to be deceptive, but just to make it look cleaner, I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to Image Transparency. This image transparency has a little eyedropper feature that anything you want to disappear, you can click on. So maybe I don't like this white space around this question. When I click on it, it goes away. Now, you'll see a little bit of tiny white space in between the letters, and if you want to be really picky about it, you can go back through and click on each one. But I'm not that specific, so I'm going to just let it be. If I accidentally click on something that I didn't want to erase, I just click on it again and it comes back. But once you say OK, you're done with it. You can always use the back button though. So now my picture looks a little bit more clean and I can see this background through it if I wanted to scoot it up. It looks great. So the part I want to change is this whole number piece, and I want to say that I want them to write it as a fraction and a percent. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this part that says a whole number. I'm going to use my marker. I'm going to get my pen, and I'm going to do a couple things to my pen. First of all, I'm going to make the line thicker. Second of all, I'm going to change the color. I should have just gone with this section. All right, this is the color that I chose for my background, so it'll be really easy. So now I can just use it kind of like a whiteout marker. I can always move it, but that's not the point. So now I'm going to just type, what is the probability of 3? Simplify your answer and write it as a fraction and a percent. Do a little bit of sizing here. I'm also going to change the color of my font to make it match a little bit better. This looks like it's a little bit grayer, so we'll see what this looks like if I pick that color. Maybe a little too light. Let's try again. Oh. To the untrained eye, it might actually look like this was part of the original question. And now I'm done. So today you learned how to use Set Image Transparency. That was a right click, Set Image Transparency, and how to use whiteout, fake whiteout, to change a little bit of your questions. I hope this was useful.